Can I admit something? I did buy a Black Panther ticket and go see something else. I get you that.
Y'all ain't shit.
Slaying them shirts on your ass. Should I let you take this, Danielle?
Sure. Go check out our merch, guys. dtmerch.com. You can find a bunch of different options there. We have sweaters and backpacks, phone cases. You can always come to our site and subscribe. That's a great way to support the community, and you'll have access to all of our shows live and all of them that are archived. I'm telling you, there's over 1,000 hours of content there. We've been doing it for 3 years. You can go all the way back and see the shows from the very beginning.
Combine it with an Amazon Pay button. Put that username, that password in there. Press enter. Ooh, now that's what I need. That toasty goodness all over my body. Double toasted. What you doing tonight?
Okay.
Hey.
Wow.
Hit him with the doo-wop up in there.
What you doing tonight?
Yeah. We are going to follow up and get an update on the little friendly wager that myself and Danielle have going on. We have, and you've already lost part of that bet.
Yeah, I lost part of that bet.
So we bet that, let's see here. Let me say it was a 2-part bet.
I'll do it. The bet was based on the rating of the film. Mm-hmm. Overall, I thought it would be, not even a full price. Mm-hmm. Basically, based on Korey's review and the boys' review, it's clear this was a very good movie. People are fucking with it heavy. So I lose my $50 there. The second part of the bet was that this movie wouldn't make as much money domestically as Black Panther within the first 5 weeks. That is the deal. I understand it's pacing very well, but it's only been around for 4 days. Talk to me in 5 weeks, motherfuckers.
Okay.
If it hits before 5 weeks, then I'll pay up.
Okay. No, and look, I am not like giving you a hard time about this. I said that there's a chance.
Everybody under the sun. I don't know, Danielle. It's surpassing it. You might as well pay up. Okay, fool. When it's hitting whatever I don't even know what the domestic number is for Black Panther within the first 5 weeks. I think it was like 600,000 something. 605 million. Oh yeah, that's what I meant. 605 million. So if Avengers, a lot of people went. So if Avengers passes that in 5 weeks, I'll pay up Coleman. It's not looking good for me. I'll admit that. But I do think it's going to fall off very soon. There's a lot of hype right now. It's brand new.
We're going to sort of combine our own Avengers forces here. Since I wasn't here yesterday to do the Sunday service, we're still going to follow up with the box office since it was very historic making box office.
I'm down to go see it, but I don't want to be lost. And everybody's saying, like, if you haven't seen all of them in a row.
It really is that kind of movie. You can't complain saying, I don't get what's going on, because they tell you before you go in, it's 10 years in the making and 18 movies that it's pulling from.
Right.
So if you don't know all these storylines, and these plot lines that have been set up, the background of some of these characters, then
I guess that's one of the reasons why I thought it wouldn't do that well is because we were comparing it to Black Panther, and you could go into Black Panther blind eye, your mom, for example. So I just thought that this one there was no way it was going to do as well because it wouldn't attract the same crowd. Like, for example, to me, it turned me off just because people are saying you need to see all these other movies. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to go sit through it. But Black Panther, I was like willing to.
Well, Black Panther, it's a different thing. And that's where these things, you're trying to bet one against the other, but they have crowds that are just as strong.
Right.
For every aspect of Black Panther that had the cultural draw and the cultural momentum and the historical making cultural aspect of it, there is this whole new fan base, this geek audience, this fanatical fan base that has loved these movies, and they're probably just as strong.
Right.
And will probably go and show it as many repeat viewings because, as I said, where Black Panther did something new, this itself is doing something new.
Right, you're
so
right.
it's really hard to tell. We're going to do the top 5 right now, just real quick. And this weekend, as we said, it was a historical weekend. And it was a historical weekend before we even got to Infinity Wars. Something that you're going to be happy about, crawling back up in to number 5, Black Panther.
Yes.
At week 11, riding off the strength of Infinity War, that connection that they have, it brought in, a lot of people looking at this, just $4.7 million, but It's got a total gross after 11 weeks, $688.4 million on a $200 million budget. Now, one thing you could say is that maybe because of the comparisons in budgets, this might be more profitable than Infinity War, just, with the profit margin that's in there.
I know $100 itself came from one of our favorite toasties, Dynasty. That fool saw it like 10 times.
He saw it 10 times. 10
times.
Even I mean, as much as I love Black Panther and want to support it, even have to say, nigga, are you crazy?
Yeah.
The fuck is wrong with you, man? He was the one black dude that made me ask, what the fuck is wrong with you going to see Black Panther?
Even Black Panther's like, get this man another movie.
And get this man a sequel. Let's go ahead and get into. I tell you, we're going through this real quick. Let's get into the number 4 movie. Number 4 movie is
Quiet Place.
Rampage. You know what? Let's play the guessing game. Okay, you guessed that one, you got it wrong, but we'll let you guess the next one.
Okay.
Number 4 is Rampage. Weekend gross on that is $7.2 million for a total gross of $78 million. Now that's on a $120 million budget.
Oh, no. So The Rock cannot just shit out movies and people go see it, huh?
We gonna get hit with them tweets. Y'all see my movie? Man, do it for George. You don't
want to walk out with a brown piece of diarrhea shit and everybody's going to watch it, huh?
Yeah, but here's the thing with this movie is killing overseas. It's already made over $100 million overseas. They got, apparently Asia loves to see anything tearing up big buildings, whether it be a robot or a giant ass albino gorilla. That's the only thing that saved us from getting our ass beat with tweets from The Rock. When everybody didn't go see Baywatch, he was like, man, movie funny. How come y'all go see my movie? I'm going to beat y'all's asses. And people like, man, we saw the movie. We already got our ass beat. You can't do any more to us. Let's go ahead and get into the number 3 film. What do we have, Danielle?
Is it the Amy Schumer one?
Danielle, very good.
I thought about it.
Yeah, she got it.
I'm beautiful, right? Is that what it's called? Some shit?
I like how you got the movie right, but got the title all wrong. I'm beautiful. It features Amy Schumer. I Feel Pretty.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Weekend gross, $8.2 million, and it has a total gross of $29.6 million after 2 weeks. Now, here's the thing. This has really made people kind of have to go in and eat their words on this one, because a lot of people are already saying Amy Schumer, her celebrity is waning. Her comedy is failing in this film. She can't sell a movie. This movie's a bomb. Well, just after 2 weeks and having a budget of $32 million, now, did it do better than the other Amy Schumer films that were out there? Certainly not better than Trainwreck. Trainwreck, when it came out, it made $34 million immediately, and she's been on a decline since. This has been her lowest opening. But as far as how well the movie's doing after 2 weeks, not exactly a flop.
Does this movie have any type of controversy just for the title and just saying that it's kind of degrading to women? I Feel Pretty. Was there something like that?
I think that's one of the things that made people also think that this would bomb, because the negative word of mouth was bad on this from the very beginning. It was one of those movies that, from the trailer, people were saying, Amy Schumer, she's not this ugly girl like she's trying to make herself out to be. She's making other people who have body issues feel worse. While I think some people jumped the gun on that and they weren't being very fair, it's still kind of close to what I felt about the movie after seeing it.
I wish that you guys would have had somebody on this review with you that can relate to women and women that are not real skinny, because you say that like, yeah, she's not even that, like, that's stupid. Why are they painting this picture? But like, internally, women think that even when they're 110 pounds, there's still some things that they struggle with internally that you as men will never understand.
We understand that, Danielle. You didn't see the movie. You ready to argue about something that you don't even know what you're talking about now. You ready to get on some
I'm telling you,
shit?
no, I watched your review on it, and I've seen countless interviews on her defending this movie. And I'm not saying...
Did you see the movie?
I didn't see the movie, but I'm saying...
Okay,
I'm not saying that the movie was good or bad or wrong or right. What I'm saying is that I wish you motherfuckers would have had me on the review and gone with you so that I could have had at a woman's perspective.
And
That's all I'm saying.
Martin would, and I told Martin this. Martin said, "Maybe we should get Danielle on." I was like, "I'll tell you right now, Danielle's gonna hate what we have to say because she's like, you're saying right now what I thought you would have said."
God forbid we have some controversy on this show.
Listen, what if we next week have a Danielle late ass review on this?
I'll gladly have it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I would gladly have it. I want her to do it.
What do you think? A late ass review, Danielle?
Yeah, I'll go see it and then we'll review it on Monday.
We will hear what Danielle has to say next week.
Yes, sir. Danielle, what is the number 2 movie?
Is it A Quiet Place?
Oh, Danielle.
Don't you be quiet about it. Sing it to the rooftops. It is A Quiet Place. $11 million is what it brought in. This is, like, you talk about phenomena. This movie brought in, it's almost at $200 million. Well, not really, but $150 million is still an insane amount of money for a budget of $17 million. And that's after
killing it.
That's after 4 weeks. Directed by John Krasinski of The Office.
Must be really good, eh?
It's great. So yeah, this movie's doing amazing. All right, let's go to our number 1 movie. What is the number 1 movie, Danielle?
The number 1 movie is Avengers.
Yes. $257.698. Well, let me just say 200, a shitload of money. $257.7 million after 1 week on a budget. Now, it's debatable what they're saying here. Between $300 and $400 million. It's even being said that this might have cost like close to $1 billion if you count both films. The one that's unreleased yet.
You got to take into account that they shot both films at the same time. So I guess they're combining budgets. So, $1 billion? I don't know about that. But definitely the 400 million range.
Yeah. You know, so there's another few million that's added on there apparently from the second film. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at some of the records that this movie has broken. And I think I might have this right. If I don't, please correct me. I know Nick put this together for me, and he wasn't even sure because we looked this up at the last minute.
Making up shit.
Yeah. $2. The box office records that Avengers Infinity War has broken. Biggest domestic opening of all time at $257.7 million. The biggest worldwide opening of all time. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong here, but we were looking at this and it said before that, Fate of the Furious, the Fast and Furious film, that was the biggest one, $551.9 million. This beat it by having $630 million as its worldwide opening. Biggest superhero opening of all time, beating the Avengers domestic gross, 207.4.
The Avengers beat themselves.
Yeah. Came from another dimension, just start fighting themselves. Biggest Saturday of all time in North America, 82. Now, this is just on Saturday.
Wow.
$82.1 million. Sunday, a day, the Lord's Day, God got up and went to go see the Avengers.
You know it's real.
$69.2 million. That's the day of rest. People usually, they slow down.
That 32, I put that in there that Sunday.
There you go.
I'm in there.
And we have the biggest opening of all time in numerous markets. South Korea, 39.2 million. Mexico, 25.1 million. Thailand, 10 million. Oh, let me go back up. Brazil, 18.8 million. The Philippines, 12.5 million. Thailand, 10 million. Indonesia, 9.6 million. Malaysia, 8.4 million. And India, $18.6 million, which brings me to the wager that we have right here. We're talking domestic. When we have this bet one more time, Danielle and I had a bet that after 5 weeks, she says that Black Panther would still gross more domestically than Avengers Infinity War. I am sticking. I can see her point because of the cultural aspect that we were talking about, because Black Panther brought in all kind of demographics. Older people, old people who would normally not go see superhero movies went to see this movie. Yes. Families went to see this as an event. It was like it didn't even matter that whether this was part of a bigger franchise or not. It was a movie that just meant a lot to a lot of people. At the same time, Avengers means a lot to a lot of people too.
Yes, it does.
And we're seeing how much it means to people at this point. And it is having a lot of repeat viewings. I mean, I think at this point we're looking at repeat viewings on high premium screens like IMAX.
Yeah.
The other thing is that this movie has incredible word of mouth. So we don't know if the drop off is going to be as heavy as we thought it might be from when we were first talking about this. I mean, a lot of people are saying how much. The biggest thing that you can say about this movie that has repeat viewings going is it's just not exciting people. But people talk about how when they came out, people are actually saying, "Man, I was close to tearing up. I was kind of crying." Mm-hmm. This movie moved me emotionally. So, like Black Panther, this movie has the emotional aspect for a lot of people too. Just seeing these characters on the screen and seeing that it was good brought people to tears before they even got to the emotional part of this film. So, what I'm going to do is, now we've talked ad nauseum between ourselves about how we think that this might go. I think it's time to bring in somebody else who keeps up with all this, and somebody who really nerds out about all this stuff here. You want to come up here, Carlos?
Carlos. Every time I hear his name, I think a guitar strum should come after.
Carlos.
What's up, guys? First off, loved the movie, enjoyed it. Saw it right now 3 times, 2 on a regular screen, 1 in IMAX. I think I might see it 2 more times because it means that much to me. But I am sad to say, my sir, I do not agree with you. I agree with Danielle on this one, full-heartedly. Yeah.
Okay.
I am confident.
And that's cool. Why?
Here's the thing. Let me look at the numbers. I had them right up. I was talking to Danielle because a lot of you, Toasty, has been giving a lot of shit to Danielle. And Danielle did the bet, but you got to remember one thing. It's domestic. And something that Black Panther had that no movie's going to have right now, it is space. It is time. The Avengers open up the summer. Literally, it's the summertime. And we have a couple movies coming up really soon that's going to take the #1 spot of the Avengers. And we all know which movies that is. And that's Deadpool. Deadpool's going to come out in 19 days. So let me break it down. Let me do a little math for you. Okay, so the movie so far has made $605 million. That is Black Panther. That is Black Panther in 5 weeks because according to the rules, it needs to make it in 5 weeks. Now, the Avengers, they have made $382 million in this weekend. If we count four drop-off and not so many repeat viewings due to the fact that you need to see like 18 films before going in here, if we take that into consideration, this movie literally needs to make $223 million in 19 days before hitting Deadpool. So in other words, the movie doesn't have 5 weeks to make the bet. It only has 2 weeks and 2 days.
Because of Deadpool.
Once Deadpool hits, girl, it's going to be all about
Come on, Deadpool, baby.
Girl.
Come on.
Deadpool's going to come in. It's going to clean house. People already reporting it as the next big movie. And the word of mouth is that it's good. At first, some people were complaining. But now the whole thing looks to be a worthy successor, a worthy sequel to the original.
I'm going to see this shit 200 times.
So just to spite me. Okay. So do you really think Deadpool's going to be that big enough a draw to take away from the Avengers?
It is all a factor of demographic, of time, and competition. Black Panther had an amazing demographic that hasn't been tapped to in years. It's a demographic that was hungry. It was waiting for. It's not to say the Avengers were not hungry. We've been waiting for this for 10 years. But let's put it this way. Felix, what's so funny?
I want you to put your money where your mouth is.
What?
Oh.
She says Carlos.
Oh yeah, money.
You want to put? You want
baby?
You want to
Help
enter
me
this
with the
bet?
bet.
Yeah. You know what? You want to enter this bet too?
How do I enter? Like how?
You don't have to. Now I know your money's tight. You know we're not going.
I just went out of surgery for my mouth.
Yeah. Okay. He went to go see.
This is between me and you, Coleman.
No, you know what? If the chat is asking him to put his money where his mouth is, and let me tell you something. My mother might not have gone to see Infinity War, but he's gone to see it 3 times already, and he even went to see it when he couldn't even see what was happening on screen.
How many times did you see Black Panther?
No, here's the thing. He went high as fuck on medication after he had his wisdom teeth pulled.
4, by the way.
See, that's crazy dedication. That's going to get that, and you're going to get that out of hardcore fans of Infinity War. So I still think there's a chance.
Somebody brought up a good point. You just scrolled up, but somebody's saying that Deadpool being rated R might have an effect on that repeat viewing as well.
That's a great point right there. Carlos is forgetting. Now, who said the Ruthless Wonder? He said you're forgetting that Deadpool is rated R.
I didn't forget it. I thought about it, but here's
and here's another. Wagner says you're acting like Deadpool's Avengers is not going to make money while Deadpool is out.
Oh, it's gonna make money. The thing is, it's not about making money. It's about making that exact amount in 2 weeks. It's not about. Here's the thing. Overall, I think, and I really know, Infinity War is going to surpass in its lifetime Black Panther. I think that's a given. The thing that we need to account for is
domestic.
The
5 weeks.
domestic and the time frame it has to surpass it. And when you add the variable of competition, that's when I'm like, hey, I don't know. She might have a really nice point.
It's not
there.
looking good. Let's just say that. But we have a shot. You know what I mean?
There's a shot, and I want to root for the underdogs. I really want to root for Danielle right in this one.
Let me bring up another point to my credit. You have to consider how some movies have just still been doing well. Marvel has still been doing well, even in competition with itself. Oh, yeah. Black Panther still managed to come back up into the top 5.
Yeah, that's true.
Even with Avengers Infinity War out there. So this is something that, it still could be such a huge event film, historical making movie, that I still think I have a chance to edge this one out.
It's not hard to believe that people will go and run see Deadpool and then right after go see Avengers again. That is very feasible for that to happen. So I don't think it's a case where once Deadpool comes out, everybody's going to forget about, Infinity War. I don't think that's going to happen.
It's not going to happen. Remember, it's still going. The whole point is that Deadpool is going to delay the effect of making that amount of money in 5 weeks. It's just going to make. Right. That's the whole thing. Because I know that's going to happen. But just adding Deadpool there to the fact and just seeing like the pre-sales on Deadpool right now online, it looks to me like, hey, here's the thing. If by one day, Infinity War doesn't make that amount of money, she already won. Even the next one, even by the hour, it could be that close. So I'm going to say there's people take a chill pill, give Danielle a break. I know she didn't think the bet, but there's a possibility. Don't count it out. No,
I think she made some really valid points. No, she made some valid points. I think some people are just looking at this and they're not even trying to make fun of you with your bet. They're not trying to make fun of your way of thinking. They're calling you dumb. They're just saying, you lost.
We'll see.
I'll tell you this much. You're putting a whole lot on Deadpool, but imagine it is rated R. And this is what I think. And it's going to sound crazy to you. I think some kids are going to be paying for Avengers to go see Deadpool. Oh, yeah. Which will lend itself something. So Deadpool ain't don't even get that money, man.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah. So that's just something that I'm thinking. I love this debate, by the way.
Can I admit something? I did buy a Black Panther ticket and go see something else. I get you that.
Y'all ain't shit.
I think I got this, man. I tell you what. If you behind her, we ain't got to go that far. $20, man.
Okay, I'm down.
$20.
$20, I'm down.
Okay, we all shaking hands on this right here. Not doll hairs.
No,
not like she tried to bet me doll hairs. No, we talking about dollars.
No, I'm at my word.
Shake her hand too over there.
That ain't helping me out.
No, just so we
$20 on, so I don't give you 30.
No, hell no. I'm getting
When
paid.
is Solo coming out? On the 25, right?
Solo ain't tracking all that well. That's going to take away from Avengers. I can tell you.
Yeah,
that
don't worry about that.
Nobody gives a fuck for that. I like the way the chat is talking about Oz. They say, my man. Chris Sample said that. They say, you know how many kids are going to pay for Avengers and then go to Deadpool? Yeah, man. I still think Avengers got this. Avengers don't get money they ain't even earning. So tell you what, y'all stay.
So are you.
Man,
I earned that. I'm fighting for mine.
Here's the thing: you gotta consider the price of a ticket. The price of a ticket nowadays $15. Like you're making $30. Let's say the guy has $30 and they buy popcorns. They don't have enough right there. There's a reason why. Yo, stop that movie pass. That movie pass. One movie. Stop it, Felix. We changed the rules right now.
Okay. Well, you know what? I tell you what. We'll stay tuned, everybody. Maybe I'll even put this on YouTube so people can hear our bet and they can chime in on this. And we will we'll follow through with it. We'll see. We got a little while. We got to wait 5 weeks. I don't even know if anybody will remember this bet after that. But,
they will. These motherfuckers don't forget.
Yeah, they will. But we'll be keeping track. We'll be keeping track every week of Avengers Watch and seeing how that goes. So we'll see, people.